go ahead and wager a guess that over the past, I don't know, 2 days, 48 hours, like I think the percentage of hungover people has skyrocketed. I'm just going to say it's been skyrocketing. The numbers, the statistics I have in front of me about Americans with hangovers. For me, it started the day Ozzy Osbourne passed away. I'm not going to lie. I even texted Tony and Dom at about 4:00 that day. And I was like, I got Diary of a Madman on loud as hell, and I'm drinking. I started drinking. And I was like, you know why? Because Ozzy would have wanted that. Like, Ozzy would have wanted, like, a celebration. And I got very emotional. I was kind of hungover yesterday. I know Creative Tony's a little hungover today coming off that birthday show. We're going to get you through this, brother. But I don't think we're alone, is my point. I think there's a lot of people trying to figure out what is going on around here with all of these icons checking out one after another. And let's not forget, we just lost Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys and Sly Stone. Like, a couple, like, I think that was in June. And now today we got hit with the news of Hulk Hogan, an icon in the wrestling world. And then on top of that, a great trumpet player who was probably the biggest name in I don't know, instrumentals. I don't know if he was a jazz player necessarily, but he had that huge hit on the radio. Chuck Mangione called, what was it called, Tony? His big hit?
Feels So Good. And you would always find him, you'd always find him in the jazz section of my record store, Vinyl Solutions. So yeah, I would consider him jazz. But I mean, you want to talk about a catchy lick, dude. I mean, come on.
Well, how often is it that like a jazzy instrumental winds up like on the top 10? Because that was like a big hit, dude. Like rock stations are playing. I got a text from Rags, my buddy Rags, right before the show. We haven't really talked about this a lot, and I'll say we'll get the show started formally in a second. I'm just like tying up some loose ends here. I just got the Mangione news literally right before we went live because my buddy Rags texted me. So Rags, interesting guy, this Christian Narek fella. So he's like a rough and tumble bruiser, tough guy type, and he was one of the captains on our football team. But he was also a serious trumpet player. Okay, simultaneously loved music. I saw a lot of concerts with him over the years, and Rags was first chair in our concert band in high school. And I was first chair in the drum section. I was first chair and Rags was first chair. And Rags broke the news to me. I'll read you the text. He goes, Jesus Christ. I'm just quoting, Jesus Christ, Chuck Mangione just died too. What the F and F already? And then Rags goes, I know you remember that he was my trumpet playing idol as a kid. I practiced his signature song for hours. I remember the whole melody. Anyway, Rags, sorry for your loss, man. It's crazy. It's been that kind of week, Tony. How you feeling today, dude, after a big birthday show last night? How you feeling this morning?
I'm a little worse for wear, as they say, a little groggy, but incredible night last night. I want to thank everybody, and I just put that picture up of Rags to make us smile in these tough times because I know it's a bummer about Chuck Mangione. I know people are bummed out about Hulk Hogan too. So, and Rags, dude, Rags. So the Chuck Mangione story you just told, and then supposedly he was smoking cigars with Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan back in the day. So the guy's got quite just a laundry list of stories, man. So Rags fan for life. But Paulie, thank you everybody for last night. That was ridiculously overwhelming and incredible, and can't thank you enough. And here's Lily Merchant right now.
Oh,
Lily, yeah, thank you so much. It's very, very kind of you. And
look at that message. Read the rest. Look at that. Yeah, Tony turned 72 last night. I don't know if you guys caught that, but yeah, he just crested 70. He went from like 51 to 72 in one birthday. It was pretty amazing.
Totally, it's great. No, I thank you so much, Lily. And yes, I will dance forever. Right, dance like nobody's watching, and let the music play. So. Thank you so much, Lily, and thank you everybody else for the last night.
Hey, quick question for Lily too, as she is one of our favorites in the PMP community. Lily, what is the name of that dog in your picture that we always see when we post your messages? I want to know the dog. I know Dom. We're not only getting to know our PMP audience, Tony. We're getting to know our PMP pets as well. And I do want to know that. I'm a big dog fan. Creative Tony and I are like, we can't do the cat thing, but we do the dog thing. And again, I want to say good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We did have a great time last night. Today's going to be a cool show. We got Jeremy Affeldt joining us at 11:30. We'll talk Giant baseball. Make sure he's okay down in Texas with these floods and everything. And I got to tell you, Tony, I was prepping for Jeremy because I haven't talked to him in a while. And I started looking at Jeremy Affeldt's postseason numbers.
Stop it.
Dude, let me just throw something out here. I just want you to absorb this. This is Jeremy Affeldt, 3-time World Series champion.
Yep.
Postseason numbers.
Yeah.
Good luck finding a pitcher in baseball history with better numbers. Okay. Jeremy Affeldt had 33 postseason appearances. He has a 2-0 record, and here it comes. The ERA in 33 postseason appearances, dude, his ERA 0.86. I don't know. You can't do much. Honestly, Tony, I would put that up against any pitcher in baseball. He was so freaking clutch in the postseason, man. And a great guy on top of everything else. But how about that, dude? 0.86 ERA, T. Go ahead.
Ice in his veins, man. Seriously, you could throw him in situations and he would get the job done. And of course, I'm a lefty snob. So, dude, I love the lefty vibe of Jeremy Affeldt. And also, he brings good vibes to the number 41, which Wilmer wears now.
Shout out Terry Kirby as well. I mean, let's not leave him out. Different team, but we like to play the Niner game. Yeah.
And shout out Darrell Evans long before Affeldt. But I mean, dude,
I wish we had a Darrell Evans right now, bro. That guy had some power. Darrell Evans was launching bombs, bro. Bombs.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
I loved Darrell Evans.
Me too.
Another lefty, by the way. And I don't know, man. I'm excited to have him come on today because obviously we can reminisce about any of that stuff. But I also want to talk to him about this year's team and about Buster Ball and how he feels about Buster Ball. And what he thinks about the pitching staff and should they make a move to add a pitcher? And, because again, he was a pitcher in major leagues, but I guarantee you at one point in Jeremy's career, he was probably a badass hitter too. Because what usually happens is most pitchers are damn good, just all around baseball players. And then at some point in high school or college,
take the bat away from them. Yeah.
They have to make the decision. Do you want to pitch or do you want to hit?
When did that happen with you? Because you can obviously hit. I've seen you go to work, dude, at Oracle and the BP things we had. When did they take the bat away from you?
Scarred for life, Paulie. Scarred for life. Because, dude, I took a scholarship to St. Mary's College because I wanted to be an outfielder and a leadoff hitter.
Wow. Yeah, dude, you would have been a great leadoff hitter. I can see that.
That's what I was in high school, but I also pitched like out of necessity because I could throw strikes and I was left-handed. I wasn't some, badass on the mound where I just, could blow the ball by people. But because I was a funky lefty, I had really, really good numbers. I wasn't blowing the ball by anybody, but I would just get people out. It was just weird. So I had really good numbers my senior year of high school, but I signed to St. Mary's because they wanted me, because they said I could play the outfield. Next thing you know, late in the fall, my freshman year, my coach goes, "Hey, we were just digging around in your, in your stats again. And, we noticed, you were on the mound. You were like your number one pitcher on your team. And you were one of the league leaders in ERA and blah, blah." And I go, "Yeah, that was out of necessity." And he goes, "No, well, we're going to take the bat out of your hands. We're putting you on the mound." And I go, "Oh." And so that was literally my freshman year of college when my college. And then I transferred a year later because he ended up being a major, major dick. So, anyways, yeah.
All right, good enough, man. Hey, I asked, I got the answer. Giants off today. Giants will be back home tomorrow night hosting the New York Mets. Always an interesting time when the Mets come to town. They bring some of their fans out, the New Yorkers who have kind of transplanted out to the West Coast. So we should get a lot of Met fans in the house. Always fun. Should be a good series. Tony, and again, we're very pleased. I would assume we didn't really get to talk about the Verlander win, but I'm glad he finally got to check that box, bro.
Yes.
Longest streak in his career without recording a win. I think it was 22 starts. It was something like that. And I'm just glad he got the win. Does that change your outlook at all about Verlander going down the stretch here?
I know it probably does wonders for him mentally. Yeah. Because he's just gets that monkey off of his back. And Rich Aurelia was talking about it yesterday, and I agree with Rich that maybe this will catapult him into a much more positive mindset where he's not just, pining for that first win. And now he has that off of his back, but he did walk 5 in 5 innings, and he did load the bases in the first, and he got out of trouble a couple of times. And I'll take it all day long. But I'm just saying it wasn't very clean. But he's 42, and we'll take what we can get with Verlander. But man, it'd be nice if he went on a nice little hot streak and got a few dubs. And the fact that the Giants offense got him some runs. that probably took some pressure off too, right?
Yeah, I agree, man. And by the way, the bats are starting to pick up. I mean, in Atlanta, last couple of games, they started picking up a little bit, so things are looking up. Tony, why don't we give love to one of our great sponsors today? We haven't really addressed that yet, so let's talk about Carlos De La Fuente at Flex Funding.
Heck
if we could. Yeah. Low Steve, by the way, who's a constant presence. Low Steve, shout out to Low Steve. Again, we were texted again this morning about our 826 PMP family gathering. Familia, shout out Noemi, the PMP Familia. We'll be out there for the Cubs game. Ticket purchasing information coming real soon. We've been meeting about it. We're very close. So stay, bear with us. We'll announce the ticket purchasing info very, very soon. But we should be able to accommodate a pretty large group. This is going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to it, and I look forward to hanging out with all of you guys. And all of you guys will have an opportunity to hang out with Los D. And I say, as far as I'm concerned, Tony, you got them where you want them.
Yep.
Pepper them with questions. You know what I'm saying? Just beat them over the head with questions. Hey, Los D, should I do a fix and flip? Los D, should I do a reverse? Hey, Los D, tell me about HELOCs. I'm telling you, we got them where we want them. Pounce on this guy. And I'm only kind of half kidding. Do take advantage of the opportunity because he could really probably help a lot of us. And that includes me. Carlos from Flex Funding. Reach out, have a conversation with him at 925-250-4894. Of course, you can email Carlos anytime, Tony. Carlos at myflexnow.com. Just about the man himself. Trustworthy, San Francisco native, been doing it for over 25 years. Those are the three big ones to me. Cares about all of us, cares about the Bay Area, cares about San Francisco. And I think that trust cannot be kind of undersold. Like, it's a really important component. And yet, especially when you're talking about your finances, there are people out there who want to work for their benefit, but use you like a pawn. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm going to have this guy take this and I'm going to get a nice commission. Losty is not like that. He's not going to screw you into some deal that you regret, 12 months down the road. Quite the opposite. In fact, one of my favorite selling points of Carlos as a guy and what he offers with his services, Tony, is that we've said this before, and I think this is probably the greatest feature that he brings to the table, that he actually won't allow you to do something detrimental or harmful to you or your family or your business. He will advise you against certain ideas that you might want to follow through with if he thinks they're damaging to you, Tony. I'll let you speak to Los D too, but those to me are the big ones. Like, cares about all of us, cares about his business, and cares about you, his clients and customers. And that to me, Tony, is like that's as important as it gets.
Yeah, dude. And I want to share a recent success story that Los shared with us about a couple that he met through a new realtor. And the couple had no idea that they could buy a home with no money down if they were a veteran. Okay. So, and the realtor didn't know that as well. And so, because Los knows his S, he knew all about that. And he told this couple, hey, you're a veteran. You do not need a down payment. So Los explained it to them. And he says that Los says, let me hook you up with the contact that I have that will give you 3% of the sales price as a forgivable grant to help towards the down payment and closing cost. And guess what, Paulie? It's a success story. They closed escrow 2 weeks ago, and they're first-time homeowners when they thought that would never be possible, right? Without having a down payment. So, and I love this line from Los. The moral to the story is a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So like you said, Paulie, on August 26th, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So open your mouth, eat some pizza at Longbridge, and have a hot dog at the Giants game and ask Los questions and have the conversation. But start the conversation with Los. He knows his S, and he will help you out. So Carlos at myflexnow.com if you want to email him. Again, that's Carlos at myflexnow.com. And if you want to call him, 925-250-4894. And Paulie, last thing is I want to share just a human side of Los that he shared this with me.
Yeah.
I want to share this with everybody else. He shared this 2 weeks ago, so I apologize that we haven't gotten to it in a couple of weeks, but here we go.
PMP Army, and especially you, Tony Ryan. This is a surprise. I should have added this yesterday on my mortgage explanation, but man, the hair, been fighting it for years. I've had wavy, volume, thick hair for 5+ decades, but finally gave it up. So Tony, this is for you, buddy. Ta-da!
Wow! Wow, dude.
My daughter says I have an egghead, so the bald jokes have begun. Happy Friday.
Bro, Bravo. First of all, the liberation of Low Steve, bro. Like, that's what I always hear. Like, Tony used to say this. We had a guy, I don't want to give away any identities on the air because this might be harmful. By the way, look at a smile on Low Steve.
Come on, man.
You, brother. Tony and I used to, when we, again, back in our earliest days in radio, we were good friends with the staff at KFOG, like all the on-air guys over there. Won't say any names, but there was a guy who we loved. And he was like a bald dude with a ponytail. He was like one of those guys. And I remember I'll never forget this dude sitting right out there by the hallway by the KFOG studio. One day it was me, you, and I almost said his name. You, me, and this guy were talking, and he used to wear a baseball hat, but he would have a ponytail coming out the back. But if he took his hat off, he was bald up there. He looked crazy. So Tony was like, listen, man, you got to ace the hair. You got to ace the hair. You were like, and by the way, like the ball's on you. You know what I mean? Like you were a little bunk off the street. This guy was like a decorated radio veteran, like a star. He really was a star. And Tony was like, dude, you got to shave that hair off, man. This is what you were saying. You were like, it's so liberating. You're going to feel so free. So I bet you, Tony, you can speak to the freedom Carlos must be feeling today, bro.
Dude, it is a very liberating experience, and I don't miss it. And Los, I don't know if you've experienced it yet, but if you go swimming in a pool or a lake, man, or the ocean, it feels so good. Even a shower, man, with the shower jet just pounding the top of your skull. It's great. It's great. So welcome, Carlos de la Fuente. But I just wanted to show that, like, the human side of Los. So you want to talk about a great dude. He's like, you know what? I got to share this with Tony. Now we're bald. Now we're brothers in baldness, you know? So welcome, Los. And it just goes to show you that Los doesn't take himself too seriously. He wants to connect with people. And that's just not just on the loan side or the mortgage side or the lending side, but also just on a human level too. So,
and now he's saying final word from Los D today. He goes, all I need is a little more color so I can start to look like Robert Saleh. You know what I'm saying? Not bad. No, not bad, dude. There's a whole mystique around you bald guys, man. You skinheads out there. So cheers to you. I'm glad you liberated yourself, Los D. Tony, before Jeremy joins us, which is just a little more than 10 minutes, I know you had a top 3 up your sleeve today. Unless you have any Giants topics you want to hit before that. But I do want to get to your top 3 because I don't know if we'll have time on the back end. So you spin the wheel, bro. Giants discussion or your top 3. It's up to you.
I just want to say, I feel like Devers, before we get to top 3, I'm realizing he's kind of an odd bird. Like,
who's this, Tony?
Devers. We're getting to know Devers, and he's kind of an odd bird where, like, you know, the way he looks when he swings through a pitch and the way he kind of like just has like a baseball size amount of chaw in his cheek all the time. And then yesterday when he squared to bunt and he didn't know it was 2 strikes and he fouled it off. So he was out, but also the score was 9-3 at the time when he squared to bunt. It was like, dude, why is he bunting?
What was that about? Why would he do that? Like, what's the rationale behind it? Like, in terms of a baseball decision, you got a 6-run lead. Why is he trying to lay one down?
I have no idea. I have no clue. And why is he trying to do it with 2 strikes? Because he didn't know. Obviously, I don't think he knew the count. But also, it's like, why are you've already jacked 2 balls out of the yard? I thought it was the most bizarre thing. I'm still trying to figure it out. And I think it adds to the mystique of Devers, is what I'm saying, basically. You know, so, and then, yes, dude, Dom Peralta, yes, shout out, lay it down. Lay the bunt down. Paulie laid it down last night with the freaking version of Rats Lay It Down on acoustic guitar. That would just, I watched it again last night, Paulie, before I went to bed. It's freaking outstanding.
I just wanted to make you smile. I told Dom, I go, you know, because I was thinking about recording something like that for you. And then it was just a matter of which song, because I go, watch what happens when I play Lay It Down. Tony's going to go crazy. And you did. So I achieved my desired effect there, man. Like, watching your reaction was great. And again, I was toggling back and forth. It's either going to be Lay It Down or it's going to be Back for More. But Lay It Down, I thought, would get a bigger reaction. And I think I might have been right on that call.
Oh, and dude, also, man, if we ever play that song live, you're not going to skip out on the whispering part of the song.
I cut out early. Yeah, I got out of Dodge before I had to get to that part. I know you want to tell me rumors. That whole like spoken word section in the middle. Yeah.
I'll give you all that I can.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, when you stack them up, nobody whispers more in a track like Stephen Pearcy. This guy's whispering lyrics on every record. You know what I mean? Between the eyes. You know, the Between the Eyes song, he's whispering on that one. He's whispering all over the place, Tony. A lot of whispering. Yeah.
So, dude, it goes back to the Devers character, man. Like, I feel like we're just learning who this dude is and what he's all about. And man, I hope that yesterday was a sign that like he's going to start hammering the ball more. And I've noticed that he's got some hits lately, but a lot of them are with either 2 outs in the inning, and nobody on base.
Not productive, right.
So we need more productive hitting from him. And Adames feels like he's seeing the ball well. Chapman seems like he's coming on. Bryce Eldridge, by the way, walk-off home run yesterday versus Vegas in AAA ball for the River Cats. So I don't know. Is he going to come on up? We'll see. I don't know. So it's an exciting time, I guess, because the trade deadline's coming up too. And are they going to make a move? So it's very interesting, man, because I want to ask Jeremy what he thinks. Jeremy Affeldt is coming up at the bottom of the hour. I want to ask him what he thinks about should the Giants pick up somebody. And there's a pitcher for the Pirates, Mitch Keller, and then there's another pitcher for the Nats, Mackenzie Gore. Both teams are struggling hardcore, and they might want to offload these guys. So I don't know. I can talk to Jeremy about it, but they might need another starting pitcher, dude, with sending Birdsong down and Verlander being iffy. So we can launch into a quick top 3, Paul, if you'd like.
Why don't we do that? Yeah, I actually have a lot of questions for Jeremy today. And by those of you grieving over Hulk Hogan, I just can't speak to it that much because I wasn't like you know what I mean? Like I wasn't like a wrestling guy, but I know that a lot of you are feeling that. So sympathies to you guys. I'll ask Jeremy. I'll say Ozzy or Hulk Hogan. Which one hit you harder? Because like there are big iconic names, like I said at the top, just checking out left and right. It's been a tough week, man. But yes, Tony, thank you. Give me your top 3. We'll do the T3. We'll do the hand signals, the whole bit, and then we'll get Jeremy on the show. Let's rock.
Okay, Paulie, stand by.
Tony's top 3. Tony's top 3. Tony's top 3. That's right. We haven't fed the ducks in a while. It feels like I'm coming back to an old friend here. The warm blanket of a groove when it comes to feeding the ducks. Shout out to John Joseph's Ducks. By the way, dude, quick note on the duck community in Marin County. I'm actually a little upset about this. So yesterday, I went out for a walk. I do this a lot. Like I hike, I walk all over the North Bay up here. There's a lot of cool trails and stuff, but there's this great trail that runs along the shoreline. It's in San Rafael, kind of behind where that big Target shopping center is. And I'm walking, and they removed that duck bath that somebody had built this great duck bath. It was like, hey, Marin County ducks, come on in. It had like a rock kind of wall built around it with water. Dude, somebody took it down. I got so pissed off. The duck bath that was like hand built, hand constructed was removed. Anyway, that kind of bummed me out yesterday. I filmed a little video talking about Ozzy, and I was mourning for not only the loss of Ozzy, but also for the luck of the Marin County duck bath. It's gone, and I'll send you a picture of it, Tony. We can show it off on the air tomorrow. But when it was still standing, I captured it, and I'm glad I did. In any case,
you should befriend something on your trail and talk to it every time, because Tolbert, when he goes on his walks in Alameda, he has a trash can that he talks to every single time he goes on strolls.
I've seen that. I've seen him do that. Yeah.
Oscar, is he named it Oscar? I can't remember the name. If anybody remembers the name, I think it's Oscar. But anyways, you might want to maybe start building your own little duck hangout, Paulie. I don't know. You might want to start the next version. Might be an idea for you.
I'm a duck enthusiast. I got to throw it out there. What do you want to talk about? Mallards? Sure. We'll talk mallards if we need to. It's about as far as I go. But I do like ducks. They're cute. They're fuzzy. I like them. All right, Tony.
Have you ever eaten duck?
I actually love duck, bro. I love it. I do. I love a good duck meal. In fact, I'll tell you this. When I went to Italy with my mom in 2022, I'll never forget this meal as long as I live. We were in Florence, Italy. And we were sitting at this outdoor kind of cafe. My mom and I were having lunch. And the lunch I had that day, Tony, was gnocchi with a duck ragu, with a freaking duck ragu sauce. It blew my doors off. I'll never forget that meal. So yeah, I do. I like duck quite a bit, actually. Yes.
Paul, you just mentioned my last. If I was, that question, like, what would you want on your last meal? Gnocchi would be on the plate, guaranteed.
Shout out to gnocchi rules, dude. Gnocchi for life. And by the way, shout out Leah Phillips. Just all she wrote. Duck, duck, goose. That's all. Duck, duck, goose. Great call. Got to run around in circles. They've probably outlawed duck, duck, goose. Probably too dangerous now for this generation. All right, Tony, you got to go up tempo because I don't want to keep Jeremy waiting. Let's get into it.
Speed three. Here we go. Number one, Paulie, the Mets are in town starting tomorrow, and it's a 7:15 Friday night. Then it's 6:05, I think, Saturday night, and then Sunday it's the game of the week at 4:10. So, with the Mets in town, I always root for the Mets, Paulie. By the way, if it's not the Giants are involved, I root for the Mets because I love that they are blue and orange, blue for the Brooklyn Dodgers and orange for the New York Giants.
Yeah,
I love that history. So I'm always been like kind of a Mets fan. And F the Yankees. So,
yep, I agree.
Forever, for life.
I'm with you, man.
Sorry, Josh Zaror, who's a dear friend. My buddy Josh Zaror is a Yankees and Chiefs fan, dude.
Oh, dude, that's as objectionable as it gets. I will say this. There are good Yankee fans. Like, who's a big Yankee fan? Our buddy from the New York Post, Mark Cannizzaro. He's a big Yankee fan, and he's awesome. But I'm with you. Generally speaking, I'm anti-Yankees. I'm pro-Met, dude. Pro-Met, yes.
My buddy Josh is a great, great guy. And I always tell him, well, Josh, nobody's perfect. It's okay. Yeah. But, so can you give me... And this is a hard question because there's a lot of them, but do you have a favorite Met?
Yeah.
Of all time? Favorite Met?
I do. I'm happy to talk about him too. My favorite Met of all time, without any second thought, is Dwight Gooden, Dr. K. When we were in high school, and you got to understand, I lived in New Jersey. I mean, the Mets, we used to go watch this guy pitch in the 80s, and the only thing I could compare the phenomenon of Dwight Gooden at the peak of his powers was Timmy Lincecum at the peak of his powers. Now, Dwight Gooden's numbers were a lot better than Timmy's. Like, Dwight Gooden would throw like 16 complete games, strike out like 300 in a season. Like, his 84, 85, and 86 seasons they're as good as any pitcher probably in baseball history. The 85 season being the real crown jewel when he went, I want to say he was 24-3. I think with a 1.5 ERA, 24-3, man. So Dwight Gooden, for me, he was like, I can't understate or overstate rather the effect he had like on the entire New York area. Like he was a rock star, and it's a real tragic story. I really feel bad for all the kind of struggles he's had in his life. But back in those days, Tony, there was nothing like Dwight Gooden, nothing. So he's my number one.
Yeah, those Mets teams, man. I always used to imagine the clubhouse hangouts.
It was like Led Zeppelin. Those guys were lunatics, man.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly. And by the way, hold on a second. Marky Graves, Gravy checking in to let us know that Tolbert's garbage can's name is Pablo, not Oscar, but it's Pablo. Thank you, Marky Graves.
Thank you.
And also, Beat LA coming in with the super. Dude, Beat LA. Thank you, brother. He says, couldn't come on last night. Client business schmooze dinner. Hey, we've all had those, dude.
Oh yeah.
But I hope you had a killer birthday with the family, Tony. Love you both. Also, I effing love Affeldt, best Giants reliever ever. Hell yeah. Beat LA. He's coming on in a few minutes, dude. So hang tight. But Beat LA, thank you very much for the Super Brothers. Seriously, thank you for the support, man. Paulie, for me, it's Keith Hernandez, dude. I've always loved Keith Hernandez because he's a lefty. He's also great in the booth.
Great hitter too. He was a lot like Will Clark, just a natural hitter, man. And he could cut you to death with base hits, doubles. Just a great hitter. Yeah.
Yes. So he's my favorite Met, hands down, and also his role on Seinfeld, dude.
I'm Keith Hernandez. Yeah. The way I see it, I'll be rounding third base at about 10 o'clock or whatever he was saying. Yeah.
I remember Elaine says, I don't know if the coach is going to be waving you in.
She's like, I keep an eye on the third base coach because I don't think he's waving you in. Yeah, dude, amazing. Yes.
Hey, Pete, let's pause the top three because Jeremy has entered the green room.
Okay,
he's enjoying all of the treats that we laid out for him. So I appreciate Jeremy really just taking his time and settling in. So if you don't mind, Paulie, I'm gonna cut the feeding the ducks music.
And I do want to announce one other thing is that we will do Dr. Matt Young's spot at the tail end. We'll do Matt Young after Jeremy Affeldt. I just don't want you to think I forgot about that. But yeah, bring in Jeremy, man. It's been a while. Let's say hello to him.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, 3-time world champion, and now the owner of Free Roam Brewing in Bernie, Texas, Jeremy Affeldt. What's up, Jeremy?
Jeremy, what's
What's
happening?
up? How we doing?
man?
Good.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you.
It's been a while. Hey, first of all, welcome to our new show. This is Polymax Particles, Creative Tony, former creative director of KNBR. He's on board with it. I got to tell you, Jeremy, the KNBR staff has scattered into a million directions, as you know, because you're part of the Bay Area Sports Collective with us now. So welcome aboard. Great to have you on the mic. And dude, first and foremost, how are you doing down in Texas with the floods and everything? Is everybody okay? Are you okay? Your family, your house? Did you make it through?
Yeah. We're about 20 miles south on I-10, but it was not that far from us. Guadalupe actually goes through the northern kind of part of Bernie, so you can see the damage, but it wasn't ground zero. That was over in Hunt, but we went out there. I've been out there, and it was more because I wanted to help out best I can. I cut my trip short. I was actually fly fishing in Montana, and my wife was supposed to meet me up there in the mountains. We were supposed to take a couple weeks, and she just was stressed. She's like, we were a drop zone for donations and at the brewery here. So it was a really stressful time just because they're trying to organize it and everybody's trying to help. Sometimes when you have everybody trying to help, it's too much.
Yeah.
Right. So it's been kind of crazy, but man, coming back home and then going out there, I went out with some kind of special forces type guys, went out there and I went with them just because I felt like I didn't want to get in the way. When you have, 5,000, and God bless everybody, be honest with you, that's helping. But when you have 5,000 or 6,000 people that are not, that are not trained, certified, and understanding waters, floods, frankly, finding, people, that's not a really easy thing to do.
Right.
And to have a bunch of people go out there, it can be very chaotic. Right. So I didn't want to be in the way. I wanted to give help. So I went out there with those guys. It was very eye opening. What people don't understand, it's worse than what you see probably on social media. The saddest thing about it is that thing's usually running at, 50 whatever gallons per minute or whatever it was. It didn't get to 15,000. And it went from 50 yards wide to 300 yards wide to 40 feet high. So there were, when you see the tree level, I'm standing next to a tree and I can look up 40 feet and see that's where the water was. It's pretty, it's just, you're in awe, not in the good way, obviously, but you're just like, man, it's just a crazy deal. And the fear and the people that had to go through that, and obviously the deaths and the lives, but our community's recovering. We had a great fundraiser here at the brewery the other day on Monday. We had a bunch of first responders out, and we had Helicopters for Heroes was out here. They cooked up all this meat, donated to them by a steakhouse in Dallas, and they didn't know what to do with all of it.
Nice.
We opened up the beer garden. Man, every first responder, every volunteer got to eat and have beer for free, and we had a great time, man. It was good for them to just have a good time and not have to tell. No one wants to tell stories. There's no good story to tell. Right. So it was just them relaxing, having a good time. The community showed up. It was just a phenomenal time. It was awesome. So, well,
that's like you said, the key word, man, community. And it's in those situations that you're talking about. We're talking life and death and, unstoppable forces like flooding. It's like, if you can contribute in any way, no matter how minor, I know exactly what you're saying, man. It does make you feel good that you served a purpose. You had a role in just making somebody's day a little bit better. And Jeremy, you've mentioned your brewery a couple of times, man. Obviously you've been a beer enthusiast for years, but let's talk about it. Cause we have a lot of people on the comments line right now are already saying, ask Jeremy if we can get his beer up in the Bay Area. So let's talk about your brewery, and let's also address that question. Can we get some of that tasty brew up in the Bay? Go ahead, man.
Man, I'll tell you what, I wish. It's very complicated to distribute, especially beer, especially no offense, but beer in California is it's almost a beast you do not want to take on unless you're in California, obviously. Or if you're one of the big dogs, right? If you're part of the big dogs up there, they can do it. But I have had so much fun. Our brewer is Jaron Shepard. I mean, many people know him. He's freaking awesome, and he's from 21st Amendment.
Nice.
When we did our fundraisers down there, that's where I met him. And him and I, we sat and did beer. That's what we made a beer for every one of those events. And so I knew he's a great beer maker. We just won the gold, so we just won that gold in the amber lager, which makes
Congrats,
us
man.
the number one
Congrats.
amber lager in the world, right?
Heck
So it's pretty awesome. And we have a great gig down here. Would I love to bring beer into California? Yeah. But my wife, she's an SOP specialist, man. She is so smart with business, and she's like, you try to do that right now with us being 3 years young, it's going to be a mess. So we're kind of pulling the reins back on that a little bit, but I wish.
Yeah, I got you. You know, are you and I'm not sure because I haven't talked to you in a while, but Jeremy and I, you know, I worked a lot of your charity events at 21st Amendment over the years for Generation Alive, and that's obviously another very passionate cause for you. Are you still involved in that organization, Generation Alive? Are you still active with that?
Yeah, you know, I'm a part of it. You know, when I had to move to Texas, when I came down here, obviously my main area is up in Washington. That's where we started Generation Alive in the West Coast. So, you know, one of the things that I was very fortunate to be able to do is have a staff that I felt like if I was having to move and come down to Texas, I could actually let it go. And not let it go like I don't care. It's just I know who runs it. I know the board that's a part of it, and I trust them. They've made some great moves. They kind of still let me in on some stuff. I'm an active board member. But you know what? I'm so busy with some of the stuff down here and all this community stuff. I do similar stuff down here as I did with Generation Alive. It's just those guys have I've let them run with it. And they know I can't get back up there, frankly. But they've networked so well in, and people trust that organization.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel like they really need my name and face all the time up there. And so I'm very fortunate with that. So they've done a great job.
You know, I think, Tony, that speaks to Jeremy's nature, though, man, just trying to help other people and do good work in the community and make the world a little bit better in any way you can. And Jeremy, you know, it's great seeing you on the mic, man. I love that you're doing a show now. And I wonder if you, in the back of your mind or at any time, do you ever think about, or do you have any desire to, you know, ever get into the booth like your boy Javier's doing right now? Dude, Javi Lopez is crushing it. I think he's really, really good as a color guy with Dave Fleming. And maybe you could speak to Javi's performance and also your own. Like, is that something that you'd be interested at some point?
You know, I did that for a little bit with Jav. And you know, I loved it. I thought it was a great time. I would probably say I disagreed with the powers above that tried to tell me my heart wasn't in it when I was doing it.
I hear you. No, you were great, dude. You were great. Everybody loved you in the booth,
but
man.
It is what it is, right? And honestly, I look back and at first, I'll be honest with you. You know, I'm a very transparent guy, so I look back and at first I was pretty upset. I was actually pissed off about it that they didn't bring me back because how they evaluated was asinine. To be honest with you, but. However, knowing, you know, I actually at that time, you know, people know it now, I ended up having to go through a divorce, and that was a kind of a blindsided deal. I wasn't even ready for it. And it was actually better, right? It was better that I was able to kind of maintain and get my children protected and safe, and I didn't need to be traveling during that time. And so I just never came back. And the game moves on just like they do as a player, right? They move on with people and stuff. But I love the game. I absolutely love. I mean, I love talking about it. I love talking about how I'm talking about it now on the podcast. And frankly, I get to say whatever I want. I don't have to worry about what producers are thinking.
Yeah,
you know?
man, totally.
But Jav is awesome. And that guy, he's so smart. I mean, we called him the professor when we were in the bullpen. Nice. He understands the game. He's very well spoken. So that is what you need, and I appreciate that about him. And he's done a phenomenal job. And just over the years, he just keeps going and going and going. And he's grown up with the game through the analytics stuff and all that stuff. He's done a great job, and I think he's representing the Giants very well, but he's also representing the game very well. So I'm proud of him. He's doing awesome.
Yeah, Jeremy, and also you got the pipes for being in the booth too, dude. Your voice, the
good pipes. I agree.
Paulie, I sat in on and like watched Jeremy's first a couple episodes, and the way you can break down the game, man, it's like not many people can, because you lived it, you did it, right? And so Jeremy, first of all, Built for the Storm is the name of the podcast for those who are curious. On YouTube, check out Built for the Storm. Also, Jeremy's a member of the Bay Area Sports Collective with Paulie and I, and Tom Tolbert, John Lund, Rod Brooks, Amy G. So we're really excited, Jeremy, about the future of what's going on with the Bay Area Sports Collective. But dude, I wanted to ask you, this Giants team this year, like, how do you feel? What is there, like 62 games I think left for the Giants? And how do you feel? You know, they just had to send Birdsong down. I'm just curious how you feel about the pitching staff, and do they need to make a move before the trade deadline. I just and Buster Ball, like, with Buster in the front office now. How you feel about that too?
Yeah, I think I addressed it a little bit on my last podcast. Going into the playoffs, if you look at how I feel you win playoff games, you don't necessarily win playoff games the same way you win the 162 game season, right? You have to have certain things in place. If you look back on teams that have won it, most of them are, if not all of them, are pretty similar. They have 3 studs. They have 3 stud starters. Then they've got one or two starters, or even the one starter that's going to go be a long guy, kind of like what Timmy was for us in 2012. And then you've got 3 or 4 back end guys that literally slam the door. It is over. If it's a 2-1 ball game, it's over, because then when the playoffs hit, 2-1 ball games, some of those back end guys come in the 4th inning, 3rd inning. They slam it. They cut the cord right away. There is no room for. You don't play, because the cliche, right? You hear it, and it's a normal cliche. I said the same thing. It's a long season, can't win them all. It's 162 games, blah, blah, blah. That's not how the playoffs work.
Right.
And the playoffs are, no, you do win them all. You do not give away games. You don't say, well, I have to save my bullpen for that. No, you win every day, and then you figure it out the next day, right? So you got to have 3 studs that can carry. You got to have a long guy, usually that 4th starter, that's got great stuff that can give you 2 or 3 just slam innings and save some of your bullpen if you can. And then you have guys that are gonna, when you come into the game, the other team literally deflates. If you've got that, you're good. And so I think that right now they've got the defense. They have pretty good defense. I appreciate their defense. I think their defense is better this year than it was last year. They've got some good veterans. Buster's kind of plugging in some guys. Sometimes when you trade for veterans like a Devers and stuff like that, it takes them a little bit, and you're seeing starting to heat up. It looks like a little bit now. He's starting to kind of get settled in, heating up. Adames is starting to hit. That's good to see. To be honest with you, getting some power behind him, and Chapman's getting healthy. But I think you do need. And it's not a knock. I think that Verlander. Hey man, the guy he's a Hall of Famer, but he's 42 years old. It's not he knows it. It's not like a knock on him.
Right.
He's not going to give you more than 5 or 6. He's just not.
Yeah.
And it's just not going to happen. Right. It's like Randy Johnson. Randy would have told you that in 2009 when he was with us. He's not going past 5. I'm giving you 5, and so I think that's the same as Verlander, and it's okay. He doesn't have to give you more than 5. He earned it. Right. So, but for me, I think you do need to probably think about go get another big dog starter at the end here, because you did have to send Birdsong down, because it's proven all the way around. It is hard to stay in the big leagues as a pitcher. It's super hard. I mean, especially as a starter. I mean, he would dominate in the bullpen, but that's probably not where they see him. So why develop him there yet? Right. So I think you do need to go get a starter that can absolutely come in, and basically you got 3 number 1s coming at you. That means you're going to win 2 out of 3, if not all 3. If you beat Webb, good luck beating Ray and whoever it is next, right? Like, or if Webb beats you in game 1, I got 2 good chances right now that I'm saying I'm banking on the fact that I'm going to take 2 out of 3, and that's what you want to do from here on out. And I think that's what he needs to go after the best he can, and prepare to go after that. And do I think he will? I think I think Buster's one of the smartest guys in the game. Yep. He lived it. Like you guys said, he lived it. He played it. He put his money where his mouth was constantly for 12 years. I'm pretty sure he knows what he needs. It's just going out and getting that piece and understanding what he has to give up for it.
Did Jeremy, just a quick side note, you mentioned Devers. Did you happen to see his first home run yesterday with the one he did a one-handed swing on a nasty pitch by Strider, and he ended up being 5 rows deep. And even Devers thought off the bat it wasn't going anywhere. And then the look on Strider's face, like, you gotta be kidding me that ball got out. I just want to ask you, did that ever happen to you, dude, when you threw like something that you thought was just a nasty pitch in a great location, and next thing you know, somebody golfs it out or something?
Yeah, I had a couple of those. I gave up a homer to a lefty. I got to think of his name. He's a Philly.
Yeah.
And I don't give up homers to lefties. And lefties hit me. I was actually pretty close to lefty-righty splits, right? So it wasn't that that wasn't a Javi Lopez against left-handers. I mean, I wasn't. They hit me, but they never hit me for power.
Sure.
And I remember this. I threw a curveball. It was down, and he hit that thing so far, and in San Francisco. And I was like, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
But it's a saying, blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, you
That's
know,
right.
like they're going to run into it. They're good hitters. They swing. However, Hotlanta is what it is, man. Hotlanta, that ball flies.
Yeah.
I mean, it always has. It didn't matter if you're in Turner Field or in their new ballpark. It's going to fly. And especially in the day games, you know, and stuff like that, or if it's early on. But for me, I'll be honest with you, the guy has great power. He knows how to backspin a ball. So one-handed, I remember my rookie year, I made the team at a spring training in 2002, and I think it was Jeff Suppan pitching against Frank Thomas. I hadn't pitched in a game yet. And he broke his bat and hit a homer in Kansas City, and his bat went halfway to second base. And I literally looked at one of the veteran guys, and I said, "I don't think I'm I don't think I'm good enough to be here." Like,
Nice.
he just broke his bat and hit a homer. Like, man, if I break a bat, because I didn't have to, I skipped AAA, right? I made the team out of AA.
Yeah.
Like in AA, if I break a bat, it goes to the third baseman. It doesn't go, 6 rows deep. Over,
Yeah.
So, man, those guys, if they get backspin and if they start figuring out how to catch that bottom half of the ball and they start seeing it and zeroing in on it, it doesn't matter if you throw up or down, man. Those guys are going to start launching. And that's what I'm hoping he does.
Jeremy, you were talking about Buster Posey a couple of minutes ago, and, obviously he's most likely going to the Hall of Fame in a few years. Now he's up in the front office helping to build this team. I'm curious to get your read on Patrick Bailey, because to me, he's kind of like he reminds me of guys that played like during your years. He seems like more of a throwback guy, like his personality type. I really like him. I think the pop is going to come. He shows flashes at the plate, but I love what he does behind the dish. Just your impressions on Patrick Bailey, because he's young. I think he's got a nice career in front of him. And how do you see him when you watch Giants baseball?
Yeah, I think that the tough thing that people have to realize is Buster is a diamond in the rough. His ability to come up and win Rookie of the Year and batting champ and MVP and hit 300 as a catcher and catch, throw, and hit. Honestly, there's just not that many of them. So you can't expect a guy to come in and be like, oh, he catches, but he can't hit. Honestly, he catches and he hits probably like a catcher mostly times should. They're in a squad for 9 innings, and he's he's catching stuff, and he's very active behind the plate. He's pretty physical behind the plate, right? He's not saving his energy. He's not like Yachty where he turns sideways and he just sits there and doesn't move because he doesn't want, because he figured out how to save his energy, right? So he's pretty active back there, and he's throwing guys out and he's moving around, so that wears you down a little bit. And also, people have to remember that third year in the big leagues, now every scouting report in the world, and especially now the way they're doing stuff, is out there. So they will pick you apart, and that's what they do. He's having to make adjustments. It will happen. I think a lot of good big league hitters eventually have a year where they got to wake up. And say, oh, they figured me out. I got to make some adjustments here to my swing or be a little more selective. And I think that's where he's at. He's starting to hit better now, which is good. But I think he's a great catch throw guy. He's unbelievable. I mean, I think some of his pass ball situations, I think he had a few bad games in there where it was kind of uncharacteristic of him. But it's like any other human being. When you're hitting a $180, it's in your head a little bit. And you're not seeing stuff. You're frustrated. You're trying to stay focused, but you're not as aggressive and confident back there just because there's other stuff on your mind. But I really feel like he's a great guy for me. I think every pitcher trusts him. The running game is shut down. If I was out there, I would love it, because I was like a 2-5 to home. You can almost walk to second base when I'm pitching, so I'm like, I need a guy that can actually backpick guys at first base, right? So he's great. I think he's going to be good. I think he's in great position. He doesn't have to be the guy in the lineup. He does not have to be the way they've built it. And just catch, throw dudes out, and stay confident and hit. Just give me the 230, man. Give me the 230.
Right.
Key hits every now and then. Right. And you're fine. We're good.
Jeremy, it's funny, man. The game, you haven't been out of the game that long, but there's already been so many dramatic changes to the way this game is played and the way fans perceive it and watch it now. For example, the All-Star game last week turned into a home run derby, right? Like that never would have happened during your era. And I got a lot, dude, I'm old school, man. I like baseball. I say play the game. I'm not I didn't like the way they ended that game. I think a lot of people did, and that's probably going to continue. But the one thing Tony and we rip our freaking hair out with, man, is this ghost runner thing. And I wonder, just speaking from your perspective as a pitcher, like how would that have changed your entire approach, knowing that if Boch calls you in, dude, there's already a guy on second? Like, I mean, how would that have changed your entire approach to just simply doing your job?
Man, I'd have a lot of extra inning hammy pulls. Tell you that. Yeah. Warming up, I'd be like, I tweaked something.
You know, right.
I don't believe I didn't like letting people on first base, but I knew I could get double play balls. You start them on second,
right?
I'm gonna walk into the game and I'm gonna look at Bochy, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not even gonna come close. I'm gonna throw 4 scuds in the dirt. I'm gonna put the guy on first base, and I'm gonna go for a double play. That's what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
I'm not out here for a freebie, and I don't care if it's not on my ERA. I don't care. The reality of it is I'm trying to win.
Yep.
So I don't want to let a run across the plate, whether it's an earned run or not an earned run. I don't care. You're starting to see strategy now. And I probably kind of somewhat agree with it. If I can get an out, I'm going to balk you to third, because the reality of it is you're not going to relay a pitch at second base to the hitter. I'll balk you to third because a single or a double is going to score that guy from second base anyway. So he's going to score from second, or he's going to score from third. I'm going to balk him over. I mean, you're seeing it. You're seeing these guys honestly balk because they're like, go over there. We're going to start a guy. I was just talking about it with some of my beer tenders last night. We had a couple guys off shift that were watching, their Phillies fans. And I'm like, this is ridiculous watching that game. And I'm like, and I just said, this is what happens when you start a runner on second.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's going to speed up the game? Maybe. I say it's every team's good enough to score guys from second base. You're going to keep going extra inning after extra inning after extra inning.
Yeah,
it's just annoying. And if I'm an owner and I got to pay $400 million or whatever on a payroll, and I'm starting with a guy on second base, it could cost my team a loss. No, make them earn it. They get paid $30 million a year, not to get a freebie on second base. I mean, it's just because the commissioner never played. I mean, he shows it. He doesn't get it. The game's being, honestly, it's like Little League. You feel like, man, I guess. Man, I don't know. It's just it is really annoying. In my opinion.
And Jeremy, they act like it's easy to get to second base in the in MLB, and it's not. I mean, I can't stand it as well. So everything you said, I totally agree with, man. But it's just like let them play. That 18 inning game in Washington when Belt went deep is one of the greatest games I've ever seen in baseball history.
That's right. It is what it is. If it's 18 innings, it's 18 innings.
Right. That's right.
I can show you 5 of those, maybe. Right. Like, I mean, I've been a part of, I've been a part of a couple of them. I think 2 of them, but it's not enough to be able to like, no, we got to start a guy in second so we can end this thing. No, it's not that. And I get, you want to get it over with. Get it over with. I'm telling you, if I have to write a check for $3 million every 2 weeks to a player, you're going to go out there and either quick, slow, doesn't matter. You're playing the game for 3 outs every inning, and you're no freebies. Like you're going to have. Some days it's easy. Some days it's just not going to be easy. Some days you earn your paycheck. Other days it's like, oh man. I mean, I remember I pitched. My dad made fun of me one time. I threw 3 pitches. I got like 2 outs. I got pulled out of the game. He texted me. He's like, how much is that per pitch for you to throw that game? I mean, you know, like sometimes, it's an easy paycheck.
Right.
But some days is not easy, you know, and making it easier on certain guys and harder on other guys. One of the guys at the bar said, yeah, what's next? They're going to go, okay, run on second until the 12th inning. And the 13th inning, you get to have your best hitter come up, and it's a home run derby. The 13th. They're going to start doing that crap, man.
I know.
And
it's terrible. Suck. It's terrible because it's really not baseball. It's like it becomes like a skills competition. It's frustrating for us too, man. We don't like it. I know you guys don't like it. Just a couple of more minutes with Jeremy, and we'll let you go. And I do want to, Tony, before we say goodbye to Jeremy today, let's get some of those messages up from the audience.
I will. Yeah, before we say goodbye, go ahead.
You have one more too, Tony? Go ahead. You do your question first, and I'll get one in. Yeah.
I just wanted to know, Jeremy, because, you know, I my son's 11 years old, and I coach his teams and stuff. And I love baseball. It's my favorite sport. And he pitches too. And I can tell when he pitches to a certain catcher, his performance improves. Yeah. And like, I just wanted to know what was it like for you pitching to Buster? Did that help you mentally? Like when you pitched to Buster? Like I would. Yeah, it did. Okay.
You know, it did. I will say I had a lot of teams where if it wasn't the main guy, you'd be like, oh, man.
Right.
I don't know if I'm does he really know?
Yes.
But you know what? the Giants did a good job. Be honest with you. Yes, it did help me with Buster, but when you got Eli Whiteside back there, I mean, you're not. The guy was he was awesome. Like
I love
I didn't worry
Whiteside. I love that dude. Yep.
If that guy was behind the dish, he was just a great freaking backup, to be honest with you. So, I enjoyed all the catchers, but when Buster's back there, it's a lot of that. It didn't matter because he was a good hitter. He checked feet. He checked a lot of things. He checked thoughts. And Eli did the same exact stuff, but you just kind of felt with Buster, you just knew coming into the game because you were not against Eli. I felt the same with Eli too, but Buster was the majority of the games, right? You just knew when you came in. I just threw the kitchen sink at everybody, and my kitchen sink was pretty limited. Buster just wanted a sinker because he didn't want to have a throat check with my curveball into his neck, so he was more sinker, but he knew it, and he was like, "No, I've worked all game with the starter, Kane, Lincecum, whoever it was, Vogie, Bum. I've got you set up to just throw a freaking strike at the bottom of the zone. These guys are messed up. I know exactly what they're looking for." And you knew that going in. So I didn't shake. I think I shook twice. I would get mad at Buster because he wouldn't call a curveball. Wow. And I would shake to it and he still wouldn't call it. So I'm like, what is the point of me shaking? It's going to be a sinker, and occasional curveball and split. And if he wanted the curveball or split, there's a right. It wasn't just to throw something in there. There was actually a purpose for that. And it mostly was just to like, hey man, just throw like something really terrible and then we'll go back to the sinker. That's probably what it was most of the time with him. But that's where you looked for him and trusted him to do his job. So it was awesome.
So my final question, Tony, for Jeremy today, and then we'll show him the messages and we can say goodbye. But Jeremy, before you came on today, man, I started looking over some of your numbers, and I know you're very modest. I'm going to do this. You don't have to say this. I'll say it, but you're a 3-time World Series champion, and looking at your postseason numbers, dude, I mean, I would put your stats in the postseason up literally against any pitcher in the history of the game. It's incredible what you achieved. A 0.86 ERA, 20 strikeouts in 33 postseason games, and the performance in Game 7 in Kansas City. I mean, it's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I was at that game with Murph. We traveled for that. And when you look back on your career and what you got to accomplish and, the World Series parades and all that stuff, is there a moment or a game or a team that stands out in your mind as you're most proud of, or just maybe the most memorable thing of all those postseason games? Because you pitched in a lot of them and very few did it better than you did, man.
Yeah. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And I've been actually encouraged by a lot of people, including my therapist, to try to own some of that stuff because I wanted to not own it. Right. I just wanted to move on.
I hear you.
I do appreciate that. I worked my butt off, and every playoff game, man, I felt like I was back against the wall, and I thought I did a good job of just staying focused. But my biggest thing was my defense was so good behind me because I didn't I pitched a contact, right? I didn't care about strikeouts, so that it was good to have those guys. But some of the standout scenarios, Game 6 in Philly. Hadn't pitched in a long time. Bochy and I were pretty angry at each other because I wasn't being pitched when I should have been.
Right.
And he trusted me. And he said that when he put the ball in my glove. And that's a memory of mine. It's not a World Series, but it's the memory of mine that when he put the ball in my glove and he said, "Hey, I know you and I aren't getting along." I told him to take me on a date after, but he didn't really like that. But
yeah.
He said, "I know you and I aren't getting along, but you want to know why I'm not pitched you? Because I saved you for this moment because you're the only guy I trust right now."
Wow.
And that to me has hung with me even to today.
Wow.
To be honest with you, and I'm a good friend of Bochy's. I talk to him a lot, and I've really appreciated that about him. But I think Game 7 definitely had to be because there is no Game 8, and the chaos that went down getting into that game. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. Bochy tried to warm up a couple other guys, and I just put myself in the game. So I just started warming up without them telling me to. I'm like, I got it. Yeah. But it was good. And it wasn't because I didn't trust them. It was confusion down there. Right. And so, and Bochy had told me before the game, he thinks I'm going to come in the second or third inning if Huddy gets tired, but coming into that game and just staying focused through all of it. And the defensive plays that were made behind me, the energy, the seeing that your defense literally got put in a position where they were playing their best defense because these big leaguers had to say, This is game 7. We're not going home a loser. We will find a way to win. So their skill level, even though a Crawford and a Panic, especially in that era of their career, you didn't think they could get any better. They got better. I mean, just their glove work, their smooth skills. No one gave in. They just their athletic ability came out. Mine did as well. I didn't have a lot of it, but mine even came out to where it was like I can't see very well at that time. I had a water bubble on my eyeball and I was seeing double, and I was using muscle memory to pitch to Buster, and and it was a really crazy deal, and it could have went bad. It didn't. So I'm saying that it went awesome because it did, but it could have went the other way, but it still didn't. And to walk off that field, for me, a champion, because I know what I had to go through physically to get to that ability. I'm throwing 55 pitches in 3-4 years.
Yeah.
55 pitches in that game, right? But to know physically what I had to go through with my eyes and just try to maintain it. But then also Kansas City is the one that traded me. And when I left Kansas City, they gave me a huge opportunity. I was very thankful, but I actually hated the game when I left there. When you're losing 100 games a year, it's not very fun, right?
Right.
And so my next time back in, I walk off as a champion. The circle of life in baseball doesn't get any better than that. It's the same field that I left feeling like a complete loser and not wanting to be in the big leagues to whatever 8 years later, I'm a champion. And that's why I retired after my contract. Cause that's it. I don't need anything else. Now I have 3 rings. All 3 of my boys get World Series rings. Like everything is it. I can't ask for anything more, and so that's why it was so special to me.
Awesome answer, man. And you did it all. You checked every box, man, and few did it better than you did. Thank you, Jeremy. You know, Tony, show the audience, by the way, today in the comments line, they're going crazy, man. They're very happy to see you, Jeremy. So throw up a couple of those messages before we say goodbye, Tony, just so we can see the love.
Yeah, I will. Hey, Jeremy. So this is, and you'll see this on your own show, bud, that you can put the comments on the screen, and there's supers, the people that want to just contribute to the show and get their comment mentioned. So this is from Beat LA. He says the powers that be are effing morons.
Here.
It was fantastic on the mic. I loved those games. How do you fire Game 7 winner Jeremy Affeldt? Color guys need good stories, and his rocked. He was funny and he's sexy as hell.
Well, listen, they're speaking the truth, brother. You got to take it. What are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? All right,
I need to screenshot that and send it to my wife. Like, honey.
You see what they're saying about me, baby? Yeah. Tony, give him one more. Give him one more. I think it was from Dom. I think Dom had something up there too.
It's from Dom Peralta, one of our. He's our art director for the show, actually, and also he would love to help you out too, Jim. If you need any help, any art for your show,
perfect.
More than happy to help you out. This is from Dom Peralta. He says, Scuds and Suds, we are all forever grateful for your kindness, openness, and giving nature. Thank you for joining the PMP today, Jeremy. Yeah,
thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's good. Yeah. I appreciate the encouragement. It's great.
Well, Paulie, I have one last thing for Jeremy. Jeremy, sure. We've lost a couple of stalwarts in the last week. Ozzy Osbourne a couple of days ago and Hulk Hogan today. And I just wanted to ask you, if by chance, and we didn't, I apologize because we didn't talk about this ahead of time, but did either of those people have any effect on you in any part of your life where you
Ozzy fans? Like, we got very upset when Ozzy passed away. Like, Tony and I are both, we grew up with Ozzy. So did either of those hit you hard?
You know what? Ozzy wasn't as much as Hulk Hogan, man. Like, he was he was all even as a kid, he was the yellow suit, and, I was in Hawaii one time and he was working out in the same gym as me.
Nice.
And I looked over and I was like, I didn't even work out. I just got weird and stared at him, so it was just awesome. He had that fake tan and you're like, man, it's cool. I mean, to me, I was fanboying, but he was just a guy. He's in the movies. He's on the, little figures, all that stuff. It was great.
Yeah. Oh man, good stuff,
Jeremy, dude. Thanks for giving us the time today. Really great to see you and catch up a little bit. And best of luck on the mic, bro. We'll be watching the show. I wish you all the best with that. If we can help in any way, let us know. And look forward to chatting again down the road, brother. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, thank you, guys. No, I blame Texas weather. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Cheers, Built for the Storm. Built for the Storm podcast on YouTube. Check him out, Jeremy Affeldt. Jeremy, by the way, last question. What are you sipping? What's your favorite thing to sip of the beer you're making?
Well, right now it's called Mango Vice.
Ooh.
It's basically a mango wheat beer. It's like the watermelon wheat beer at 21st. But we have we have the 40 Mike, and that's the one that won the of the Amber Lager. And man, it actually takes part. It helps with the Purple Heart Project as well. And
Nice.
It is awesome. I love that beer. But this one here is a Mango Vice. It's 98 degrees out.
Damn.
Pretty much perfect time to drink it. So it's perfect.
There you go.
Stay cool. Enjoy, Jeremy. Peace, brother.
Awesome,
We'll
guys.
talk soon, man. Take care.
Take care, brother.
Yeah, Jeremy Affeldt, everybody. Tony, I mean, it doesn't get any better. Doesn't get any better. Bravo, Jeremy. And again, do check out his show. He's fantastic. And again, like these guys, man, that is very typical of the personality type of all those Giants World Series teams. Like Murph and I got lucky that we got to know these guys a little bit. And it was like that from the top to the bottom. Like, I don't care if you're talking about Tim Lincecum. I don't care if you're talking about, Brandon Crawford, Brandon Belt, just a great bunch of guys. Like, I'm still friends with Jake Peavy. Peavy and I still communicate. And he, it's just great to see those guys. It brings back so many great memories. And it makes you wonder, T, are we ever going to get back to that kind of parade on Market Street kind of thing? And I don't know, like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of us waited our whole lives to see that, but just know this, none of those parades would have happened without that dude.
No question. Paulie, cue up Find Your Way Back.
Great track. Shout out Jefferson Starship, dude. It's a great track. It's underrated, actually. Yeah.
By the way, John Joseph,
back to
John Joseph, I got to give you props, man. He said it in the chat a while back, saying Jeremy's beer needs to be served at Oracle Park.
Ooh.
Make it happen, Buster. Make it happen, Giants front office. Get Free Roam Brewing into Oracle Park. I don't know what has to happen to make it happen, but dude, it seems like a no-brainer to have Game 7 winners beer at your ballpark. It seems like a no-brainer. And if you're ever in Boerne, Texas, check out Free Roam Brewing. Seriously. And I do think they can graduate to the level in maybe a few years down the road where they can distribute beer to us in California. But because I definitely have heard Jeremy all the time talking with Tolbert about beer. Dude, he knows his stuff when it comes to beer just as much as baseball. So I guarantee you the beer is tasty AF, as they say, as the kids say, Paul.
Right. Tony, if I could respond to that, I'll just simply say LOL. Okay, just LOL, bro. Tasty as AF, LOL. By the way, Rex, Jane, yes, Jane, you play it again. Great track, another Starship song.
Or you could say IYK.
Oh, dude, I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? I'm already burnt on that one too. If you know, you know.
Dom sent me a while back, Paulie. If you know him, you know him. See,
that I can roll with. And the fact that he's got a mushroom behind his head. I support that kind of artwork and that kind of mentality. I really do.
Did Leah Phillips has been on the chat today? Maybe tomorrow. Leah sent me something. I'll have to dig it up and get it for tomorrow's show about loofahs being put on people's cars as a symbol of being open to
the swinging lifestyle, Tony, if you will. Yeah, the swinging. Yeah.
So something. Yeah. So I'll have to bring that up tomorrow if I could, because that'd be great. Because Leah, thank you for sending me that, and I don't know where she found it, dude, but she sends me some gold, dude.
Dude, I'm a fan of the term swinger. I'm just a fan of the term swing. Do you swing? It's just a funny name. Yeah, I swing. What did you guys do this weekend? I swung, we
went to a swinging party. We dropped our keys off in a basket and we just.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Here you go. I found it. Can you see that? It says,
wow.
It says loofah sponges may clean your body, but they're apparently a sexy sign that people are getting down and dirty. And do you see the loofahs on these cars?
I sure do, buddy. You got his and hers, it looks like. I'm not sure how to respond to this. We got a turquoise one. We got a gray one. We got a bright red. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of intimidated by the loofah community. I got to be honest with you, man. A little intimidating. Yeah.
So great. And maybe we go down memory lane for a quick second. Here we go.
Turn it up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sometimes he's got a stick, he'll get your back. Sometimes he's in your hand, and that's the facts. He might go low, and that's okay. Hans Lufa all day. He's got a special power.
Dude, let it go. Let's keep going.
He'll scrub you in the shower. Exfoliate.
My man HVAC, bro. He's writing hit singles left and right. Thank you. He's got a special power. Dude, I dig the hook, man. Great melodies. Thank you, HVAC. You're freaking awesome, man.
We're at the point where we could make like a LP of David Shankland, aka NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC's music, because we have Hans Lufa, we have the PMP VIP, we've got Tony One Glove. I mean, dude, the guy's on fire, and he's got to give us the Los too. So actually,
yeah.
When we say our thanks to Los today, let's play a little Give Us the Los, if you don't mind.
Well, we're going to I got to do a Dr. Matt Young spot in just a second too. But before we do that, I want to shout out my favorite songs that involve the word swing. Okay, I've been making a little list.
Nice.
So, first of all, because Tony, but we're going to salute the swinging lifestyle. First of all, shout out to Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing, great track. We are the Sultans of Swing, bam, 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 bam. And then, of course, my favorite off Van Halen, Fair Warning, dude, Sinner Swing.
Nice.
Okay, Sinner Swing. She looks so effing good, so sexy and so fair. Very adult lyrics in that song, Tony. Sinner Swing. And
Utah, give me two.
I got two for you, Paul. I got two more time.
Utah, give me two.
I'm gonna go swing low, sweet chariot. Okay, that's first, and then second, we got to get down to swing town.
Nice. Great. Yeah. We've been working so hard. Come on, baby, let's dance. Bump, bump, bump. Dude, all damn day with Swing Town. I might listen to that today after the show. Good call. Swing Town, bro.
Great track.
Yes, Swing Town. Then there's a great Cheap Trick song called High Roller. Great song. And there's a lyric in that song where Robin Zander goes, I can really swing the best of everything. Dude, I can really swing. Shout out Robin Zander. I can really swing, dude. I should get that tattooed. I can really swing. All right.
How did we even get on? I forget how we were having a great conversation with Jeremy.
Well, we did the loofah thing, and we started talking about swingers.
But how did we get on the loofah thing? Anyways,
you said, you go, hey, Leah sent me something that says like the loofah is the symbol of the swinger community or whatever.
Okay. Gosh.
I already forgot. I don't know. Swingtown. Yeah. Sultans of Swing. Got it, Steve. Already got that one. Beautiful. Oh, and Tony, Noemi is saying musical ass question mark. You announced it last night, but let's rehash this get everybody ready for tomorrow.
Okay. So last night we were talking about it with the passing of Ozzy earlier in the week. And we started seeing all of the tributes that musicians were doing, all over the place. Rod Stewart did one last night as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You can find it online. You can find it online. It's great.
Did he play a song?
I just browsed right past it, so I don't know exactly what he did because I was right before the show.
Sorry, another guy, just very noteworthy, like rock and roll royalty, dude. The Who are doing like their last tour ever, really, and they're going to retire, kind of like Black Sabbath just did. And they are in Europe. They'll be over here in September. I'm going to go to the Shoreline show, see the Who one more time. But Pete Townsend walked out on stage last night at the beginning of the show, and he goes, "This one's for Ozzy." And that's Pete Townsend now. Like just so cool that Ozzy's getting his love from so many different bands and musicians. Dude, Coldplay did a tribute. Lady Gaga, Dave Matthews, Pete Townsend, on and on. It very, very, very. It's very touching that Ozzy's getting his due. Finally, it's really cool.
Check it out, Wally. I just found out. I just looked it up that Rod Stewart last night dedicated "Forever Young."
I like that song, dude. I like that tune by Stewart.
Yeah,
dude, it's got a lot of heart. That song, it's got a lot of heart.
Shining light, be strong. Yeah,
dude. And whatever road you choose, I'm right behind you, win or lose, or forever young. Dude, we're on it today, bro. I haven't thought about that song in ages. God, that's awesome. Good for you, Rod Stewart. Good for you, man.
Hell yeah, dude. And let me see if I can find this real quick. Where did it go? There it is. Paulie, sorry. We don't have to play the whole thing, but I got to reprise this before we get to Dr. Matt Young. All right, we just got to do it.
Oh, shit. Okay. I wasn't ready for that. Okay. What's this for? Is this for a rat celebrate? I know you don't really know me. It's for you, Tony. I know you don't really care to see me. I'm into total affection.
Dude, just thank you again, Boy. I wanted to reprise that. For those who may not have seen it last night or didn't hear it last night, that was Paulie's birthday gift to me, and I can't that'll have that for the rest of my life, dude. I'll be playing that every year on my birthday, brother.
Well, that's my pleasure, Tony. And Tony and I have been bonded by the music of Rat for decades now. For real. I'm not exaggerating. It's been decades. Stephen Piercy doesn't even know, dude, that we're holding down the fort in the Bay Area. Like, as far as like the Rat chapter of hardcore fans, dude, he's got friends in the Bay. That's all I'm saying. Stephen Piercy, anytime you want to come by and visit us on the show, the door is open. And happy birthday again to Tony. Yeah.
I sent an email to his team or his staff, and I haven't heard back yet. But I'm not giving up. I'm gonna pester them. I'm gonna pester them.
Yeah, we're not giving up on Piercy. He'll come by. Yeah, man, anytime, bro, anytime. All we got to do is get a hold of them. It's hard to get through their people. Once you get through the manager, then things get easier. All right, Tony. Maybe we could seduce Stephen Piercy with a gift certificate to Dr. Matt Young's. You know what I mean? Hey, come into town, get a free checkup, have Dr. Young look at your teeth and make sure you're all scrubbed up and white and everything. Dr. Matt Young, my guy, my great friend and my great dentist for over a decade. And he can do great work for you as well. If you're apprehensive about going to the dentist, believe me, I totally get it. I got distracted. Steve, deep call, great track. Loving you is a dirty job. I got it. Loving you is a dirty job. Great call, Steven. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. That's later day Rat, Tony. That's like early 90s Rat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Which, by the way, is still really good. You know what I mean? Still some good stuff on there. All right. Comprehensive dental care, cleanings, fillings, implants. In fact, implant surgery, one of Dr. Young's specialties. He does that really, really well. He's done one of those procedures for me. I've had a lot of work done over the years because I neglected going to the dentist for a long time. I was very uptight about it. Then I met this guy, and all those concerns just kind of evaporated. He made me so comfortable, and that's why I'm so proud to speak on his behalf. Because if I can make going to the dentist like a pleasurable thing, I know you guys can too. 415-392-8611. And it's all thanks to him. He's the guy that just relaxes you. He's got that steady hand. You can also email him at info@youngdentalsf.com, Tony. He's been in practice 25 years. He's right down there in Union Square, 490 Post Street. And again, implant surgery, one of his specialties, accepts pretty much all the major insurance companies. Shouldn't have any challenges there, T. So I'll let you have the final word, and then we'll go take a lunch break and say goodbye.
I just want to talk about the work ethic of a Dr. Young and the Young Dental Group, because look at the hours, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. They're going 11 hours a day for you. And then we're not going to take the weekend off. We're going to be open from 8 to 4 p.m., 8 hours every Saturday. So, I mean, seriously, think about that. What businesses nowadays are open for 11 hours a day, especially a dental group or a dentist office? I don't know many. So Dr. Matt Young is open for business, open to help you to work with your flexible schedule. So weekdays, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Get down there. info@youngdentalsf.com. If you want to email, again, that's info@youngdentalsf.com. Yep. Or call Dr. Young, 415-392-8611, Paulie.
I remember. Thank you very much, Tony. When you said, hey, get on down there, you know what I started thinking about? That disco track from the 70s where it was like, get down on it, get down on it. If you really want it, get down on it. Who was that? Who sings Get Down on It? Help me out.
Cool in the Gang.
Are you serious? That's Cool in the Gang?
I'm pretty sure it's Cool in the Gang. I'm almost positive it's Cool. If you really, I'm pretty sure. Get down on it.
Get down on it. Good one. All right, Creative Tony. Very fun show today. Great. Yep, you're right. Noemi immediately coming in. Cool in the Gang. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, I got brain damage and I forget. Did you announce the musical assignment? Did we get distracted?
In typical PMP fashion, we started to talk about it and we never got to it.
Okay, good. Let's deliver it. Yes, thank you.
And I also think I saw somebody, maybe as Dub City, is like, hey guys, musical assignment. Are you going to get to that? So
sorry, I know. Listen, you guys, you got to understand how many dead shows I have under my belt. The damage has been done. You know what I mean? The damage has been done. And by the way, there'll be further damage inflicted next weekend in Golden Gate Park. Do you want it? I'll tell you what. God bless us. The Monday after my 3-night run in Golden Gate Park. That show's going to be a mess. I'm just telling you right now. That show's going to be a freaking hot mess. But anyway,
that's a crispy, crunchy show right there.
Dude.
I would keep your eyes out for a Nick Bosa and a George Kittle and some of the Niners maybe side stage.
I
because
saw Kittle at camp the other day. He had a
Yep.
steal your face on with a 49er helmet in the middle. Did you
Yep.
see that? Yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
the more, I always feel this way, truthfully. I'm not just saying this for effect or a joke or anything. I really feel like the more people that get involved in the Grateful Dead scene, the better off we're all going to be.
No question.
I really believe that. Like, I'm telling you, I became a better person by being in and around the Grateful Dead. I'd probably be locked up if I never crossed paths with the Grateful Dead. Honestly, either in the nut house or in the big house, one of the two. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So thank you, Grateful Dead. But Tony, go ahead. What's our music assignment?
Musical assignment basically is Ozzy Osbourne or Black Sabbath covers. Anybody that has covered Ozzy Osbourne or Black Sabbath, bring it to the table. polyspod@gmail.com. Send them in via email. We'll get them on the show tomorrow. Also, if you don't email them in tomorrow and you mention it in the chat tomorrow, we'll mention it on the show. And Paulie and I will also put our musical selections down as well. And Paulie, I want to honor a super that happened back at 11:29 a.m.
Oh, okay.
It was Escobar. And thank you for the super, Escobar. We love you, dude. And the 86 Mets team could challenge Rags 90s Cowboys on the white powder.
Oh, I didn't see that. Look at that. Wow. Oh, dude. Yeah, no, Escobar, bro, you ain't kidding, dude. Those guys were I don't want to get into it, but we all know what they were doing. They did some skiing, if you will, Tony, some downhill skiing.
They did.
Yeah. During the season, I think during games in some cases. I mean, listen,
Well, Paul, like they say, people that bum rush the stage at shows, they ride the rails. Well, this is a different kind of rails that the Cowboys and Mets were riding.
I'll leave the show like this today, Tony. Ba-bum, 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 free. Ba-bum, 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 rock. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. So don't do it. Bum, ba-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, rock, ba-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da. White lines, pure as the driven snow, going through my, you know what I'm saying, T? Yeah. Ba-dum, ba-dum. You should do that bit. You want me to do Lay It Down at our next gig?
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
I want that big free rock. Yeah. Come on.
Paulie, by the way, we never finished Tony's top 3 today, so maybe we can finish that tomorrow.
We're imperfect. The world's an imperfect place. You know what I mean? We do the best we can, and we got to go Affeldt. We got to move the top 3 to the side. We shuck and jive. You know what I mean? We try to adapt and overcome and all that stuff. Yeah.
Hey, Paulie.
The rules are there ain't no rules.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Basically, the mantra of the show is
The rules are there ain't no rules.
No.
okay. Oh, and dude, hold on. Dub City said, speaking of Coke,
Pelican fly. Come on, Pelican.
The best is at the end of Scarface. He literally has a mountain of like cocaine on his desk. It's like it's like a foot high. And forget about like chopping it up and stuff, dude. He's just stuffing his whole face in the pile. He's like snorting, pulling his face up. He's covered in white. And say hello to my little friend. They're just blowing doors off with the bazooka. You know what? I need to see Scarface again. It's been too long.
Right,
It's been
right.
too
So
long.
say good night to the bad guy.
Oh.
Dude, I always think about the one scene.
Come on, Pelican.
sorry, Paulie.
They're out at this fancy restaurant and they're having dinner, and all of a sudden he just starts in on Pfeiffer for no reason. He just looks over and goes, "You know what? She can't have no kids." And he starts like yelling about this, like she can't have no kids. I'm like, God, man. Tony Montana, he's playing for keeps out here, man. He's playing for keeps. Yeah. Steve Groschel, we've all been there. Really? With a mountain? I don't know where you're hanging out, dude. I never had the mountain. Dude, you're stuffing his face into. You know what I'm talking about, T? Sticking his whole face in there. All
I
right.
do. And by the way, just because we love Rags on the show, he made a request and he's asking for this one more time. He wants to see this one more time. He wants to see.
Yeah.
This happened last night on my birthday show as well. This is the genius of Dom Peralta and Stellar Design and Peralta Arts and Company. This is a reboot of Rat with my uncle Paul Tonelli, with myself. Paulie is Stephen Piercy, Shannon Kaler from the Stone Foxes, and Brian Murphy. Brian Murphy is Robin Crosby, the late Ryan Crosby, and I am Bobby Blotzer. And my uncle Paul is Juan Crocier. And then Shannon Kaler is Warren DeMartini to be the new and improved 2025 version of the Rat Gang.
We're here to fill in. Anytime these guys can't make it, the B team is ready to take the stage, bro. And I got to say, shout out to Creative Tony with his mop of hair. And then the star of the show, as far as I'm concerned, is Shannon Kaler. He's the star of the show. The look on his face, dude, that like he's dead serious about laying down some hot licks. I really love it. Thank you for that, man. Thank you. Well, thanks for everything, Dom. You've been amazing, man. Thank you, Dr. Matt Young, for everything you do. We love you so much. Thank you, Carlos de la Fuente, Los D. We know him. You love him. He's right over there hanging out with all of you guys right now. Thank you, Carlos. Thanks for helping us move this show along. And Tony, thank you. Great job today. Thank you, Jeremy Affeldt. Everybody, let's dismiss the class with David Lee. We'll go take.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna add that. I want to do Los's announcement one more time. Here's Los on the end.
Especially you, Tony Ryan.
This is our boy.
This is a surprise. I should have added this yesterday on my mortgage explanation, but man, the hair, been fighting it for years. I've had wavy, volume, thick hair for 5+ decades, but finally gave it up. So Tony, this is for you, buddy. Ta-da!
He looks good, man. You look good.
My daughter says I have an egghead, so the bald jokes have begun. Happy Friday.
Oh, dude, he sent that 2 weeks ago, and I've been wanting to get that on the show. Welcome to the bald community, Carlos de la Fuente and Flex Funding. Yeah. Thank you for supporting the show as well, Carlos. And again, you can email Carlos at myflexnow. Carlos at myflexnow.com. Paulie, thank you, brother.
Give me David Lee, and we're gonna say goodbye, T.
Yeah, we'll say goodbye.
Class dismissed. Yep. All right, kids, thanks for dropping by today. Dom, John Joseph, Beat LA, Miguel, Rags, Winks, Steve, Noemi, Los D, on and on it goes. You know what I mean? The names keep scrolling, and I keep shouting them out. Thanks so much, Patty. John Joseph, I say that twice sometimes just because I feel like I need to. All right, everybody, have a great day. Enjoy your off day with the Giants. We'll get into the Mets thing tomorrow. Musical assignment tomorrow. We'll set up your weekend. And T, much love, bro. Enjoy your day after birthday. Nurse that hangover. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11. Cheers, y'all.
Tomorrow, high noon, Paulie. High noon. Friday, high noon.
Hello. The brain damage is kicking in early. High noon. Yes, high noon, y'all. High noon. See you
All
then.
right, y'all. Take care. See you tomorrow.